people are still wanting the album that they can take out 10 years down the line. And album is a very, very important thing to have.
Today we have the amazing Melissa Wright from Northern Ireland. Thanks for joining us all the way across the pond.
Hi, yeah, it's lovely to be here. Nice to chat.
Thanks. So let's just dive in. Tell us about your photography businesses before you started offering albums and print, and then after. What the difference was to your business, but then also you personally as a creative and a photographer.
Yeah, like it got to the point where a lot of people just wanted the digital files, and then they were going to places like, the supermarket and the chemist and getting prints. And you would go into a house, maybe you'd shot a sister's wedding, and you'd go in and you'd see the photo and you'd be like, oh my goodness, look at the green color cast
Yeah,
on
it's
that
green
image.
skin.
Yeah. And it's like, I didn't edit it like that. Please don't say I shot that. So it was like, it come to the point where I was like, right, no, I really want to be able to give them a tangible product to be able to show their friends and say, look, I got my photos done, instead of show people on a screen as well, because it's a very different experience. Whenever I started including albums to my packages, which I have as a bundle when they book, I find the bookings got better because people are still wanting the album that they can take out 10 years down the line and show kids or mums and everything else, want to show grandkids. So yeah, I think an album is a very, very important thing to have.
So it actually increased your booking rate because people wanted the albums.
Because a lot of photographers were still just given at that stage, it was the disc before the USB. I've been doing this 13 years. So it's like, remember this, you got a CD in a wee case and that was it. But, not whenever I put the albums back into play, I find the bookings increased, definitely.
Can you think back to one memorable client when you delivered that album that was extra meaningful for you and for them?
I remember I delivered a client their album to their house, and they'd actually just had a baby because they took so long to choose their images. That's another thing. Clients can sometimes take so long to choose images. Life gets in the way. But I delivered it to the house and she brought me in. She sat there and she started to cry. And she's just like, this just brings me back to the moment. She says, but the way it's created and the way it's laid out, it's like, it's telling the story of the day rather than thousands of images on an on-screen gallery. And it was so lovely. It was really, really nice. And she's like, oh, Melissa, you made our day. And like, this just brings it all back in the memories we had and what we did on the day. And she just says, it feels like yesterday and now we've got our baby. And it was just so nice.
Yeah, and that's one thing. So humans' emotion are engaged by touch, right? So being able to actually touch the album and the photo really activates that emotion that a screen just can't.
It's so different. And you see, do you know, like when people get parents' albums as well and give them as parents' gifts, you just see the mummies light up, and
Yeah,
it's really good to have that, because like if you have a big album and your mum wants to take it away, you don't get it back for quite a while. So the two
exactly.
parent gifts are brilliant, and like they're good for Christmas presents too. And like when you design that one album in Fundy, all the sizes are, you don't have to do it again for the smaller album
Yeah,
version. It's all done for you. It's brilliant.
fantastic. So what do you use Fundy Designer the most for? So you mentioned the designing and the proofer. What are your main sections of the software that you use?
Yeah, definitely the album design. And then when you send the album off to the client, the way you can put the music on a slideshow, again, that's bringing all the emotions in people, because music, as you know, and the way I can send it to their house without them having to actually physically come and have another meeting with myself as well, because they're busy, I'm busy, and it's hard to always get a time and a date. But when they get that slideshow and they see the album and they see hear to the music, it's really, really good. And actually, when I started using Fundy, I found that people were choosing more images than what I have specified for their album. So whenever I designed the larger album and told them how much extra it was going to cost, there was no issue. They were, yeah, we'll do it. We'll go for it.
So for people who've never used Fundy Designer and they're an absolute beginner, where should they start?
Honestly, like, I get my couples to choose the images for their albums. I'm thinking of changing it up, but it's if they choose their images, and it's like, it's literally, you download the images that they've chosen and click a button and Fundy designs your whole album. And if you don't like a certain layout, with another click of the button, you can just change it around, and sort of, it just makes things so, so simple.
All right. Okay. Now this is our quick fire, easy questions. So just first thing that pops into your head. So in your business, is the album included in the package?
Yes.
What album size is your favorite for your clients?
10 by 10.
So for your albums, favorite material, leather or fabric covers?
I like the fabric.
And when you price your albums, if they get, more pages or images, do you price per image or per page?
Per spread.
Per spread.
Per
Per
spread.
page. What
Per
we'll
page.
we'll call it the
Yeah.
per page per spread. For your clients, what is your best selling product?
It is a 10 by 10. Clients do love the linen or the suede cover.
Yep. Okay, when you create a slideshow for your clients, is it just the images or the album design and the images or a combo? What do you include in the slideshow?
I start with the images at the start, couple of images at the start, like nice portraits, and then go into the album.
But when you proof your albums, you're showing it to your clients. Do you do it in person via Zoom or do you send them the link with the proofer?
I send them the link with the proofer.
Fantastic. And there you have it from Melissa.
So I'm Melissa Wright, and that's my story.